Hi everyone, I wanted to come on. Today I built a bed frame in spite of the fact that I complained about pain yesterday. I worked through that. I got on the floor and built this bed frame, put together a bed. I did have some help from the kids. If you've ever had an 11 and 6-year-old help you, you know that involved a lot of teaching and a lot of, okay, now it's time to get out of the way and things like that. But overall, it was a success. The bed is made. Our bed frame is going to be sturdy now and not cracked, and so that's a good thing. But it all got me thinking about, the things that we tell ourselves, the messages we give ourselves, and then the things we do anyway. And so there are those people who do it anyway, like I do. There are the people who sometimes do it anyway, or they halfway do it anyway, and then there are the people who don't bother showing up at all, or they're content to stay stuck, or they complain the whole time they're doing whatever it is. They're not actually making progress with what it is they are wanting to accomplish. So I actually found 15 different ways that how we think determines our outcomes. So the first one is think big, but act small. So you're going to start, like I've said before, with setting goals. You start with small, measurable goals that are just smaller action steps of the big goal. The second one is that you change and you look at problems as unanswered questions. So as I'm reading this article, I realize it's all a lot of the things that I've said before, but I don't think these messages get old or overdone. Number 3 is building relationships on a firm foundation. You can have a lot of motivations for relationships, but relationships should be based on things like love, respect, support, trust, all those kinds of things. Today we also watched the original Muppet movie because this year is the 40th anniversary of that movie. And it's one of my favorites. And one of the things that I love about the Muppets is that central theme of relationship and all the different ways that the characters come into each other's lives and the way that they stick together. So building relationships on a firm foundation. The fourth one is that nothing in life is free. So you do have to work for whatever it is you want. Your life is your business, in other words. Don't be afraid of making decisions. There are plenty of people who choose to not decide, and that in itself is a choice. But when we choose between two things, we either... things can go either way. Like the Robert Frost poem, I chose the road less traveled. Sometimes that's the road you need to take. Other times, you need to take the familiar path and see how you can improve that one. But just making a decision is a good thing to do to improve your thinking habits. Decide to be a leader, but recognize that sometimes as a leader, you're also going to follow. That is one of the things that I guess that I've learned a lot through some of the different training that I'm doing in my personal small business, is that by being a better leader, sometimes I have to follow, whether it's the advice of another, whether it's, I have to follow the rules we've set up in our household, just different things that I have to do. So decide, again, goes back to deciding. Productivity is what yields results. And notice the word is productivity, progress, not perfection. So show up consistently. Don't expect everything to be perfect the first time, but do make progress. And so the last one that I'm going to share here is to see yourself as a salesperson. Everybody is a salesperson, and because you're you're selling yourself, whether it's in a relationship, in a job. You have to be transparent, genuine, honest, and you have to be direct and to the point in all of these things. People like you or they don't, and they'll trust you and develop that relationship with you based on how you present yourself. And related to that, if you're honest and genuine, you're going to keep those people in your life. If you're not, then you won't. So there are 6 more things here, and if you would like those, shoot me a message and I will be happy to share them with you. Until then, be sure you're making wise, thoughtful decisions for yourself and selling yourself the best you can. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.